Everyone, Joe here. Got some more books back from CGC from the PGX CGC crossover deal where you only pay $10 if it comes in lower, and if it comes in the same or higher you pay half price. They have raised that. I got all of these in before the end of the year, so I know they raised their prices this year, but these are still under the old prices. One thing I noticed with CGC, when they say it'll be 2 months, you know, if they say 28-day turnaround, that's 28 days from the day they log it into their system. So my books arrived there like January 4th or something. But they didn't log them in until February 1st or February 19th on some of them. So that's where they're starting their counts from. So it's kind of misleading when they say 28 days, 30 days, 45 days, whatever. Because they may get a shit ton of boxes in and they may not log them in for a couple weeks. So anyway, I am still waiting for 2 more. I think one set of 16 and one 18, so what's that, a little over 30 books still. And overall, everything has been coming in lower. I think I'm not going to show them all. I got one that graded higher without being pressed, and that was Yellow Submarine, the Beatles comic. And I don't have it handy, but that graded, I think, a half point higher. Everything else has come in the same or lower, unless I've had them pressed. Those have come in higher. And if you remember, before I show this first book, which you can see here, I had a Tales of Suspense 39 that PGX said was loose at the staples, and when I got it back from CGC, it said that the cover was detached. Again, I don't know if that happened when they were taking the book out of the slab or what, and I'll never know. But this is another case where it's a positive, I guess, but I'll show you. Amazing Spider-Man #1. This was a 4.5 PGX. I bought this raw years ago. I think I sent it to CGC years ago. I got a 4.0. I sent it to CGC. They gave me a 4.5, which I thought was closer because I thought the book was, when I bought it, I thought it was a 6. Anyway, so here's the 4.5, and I want you to see, this is a picture of what it looked like before I sent it. Hopefully that zooms in okay. But right here, you can see by the staple, this line here is just a line from the background, the spider web, so that's not a rip or anything. And you can see the staple is on very tight, no tears, no nothing. Very, no issues at all. So they press it, I get it back, and I do get a 5.0. So a CGC 5.0 compared to a PGX 4.5 is thousands of dollars difference. So even with all the books I got graded lower, the big books that I got that graded higher, I got a Daredevil that went up, Daredevil 1, 7 to 7.5, Avengers 1, 6 to 6.5, Hulk 181, 6.5 to 7.5. Those, the value that adds more than covers, all the books that came in lower. Plus, again, I prefer them to be CGC books anyway. Anyway, back to this Amazing Spider-Man. I get it back. I do get a 5.0, but if you look right here, and let's see if I can get it without any glare, there's a tear right by the staple. Very clear. And I can't really see, hopefully it's showing up well. But beware if you're having them press any type of fragile book, because shit like this could happen. Again, I got a higher grade, but I've got a tear right there that I didn't have before. Of course, they don't mention anything about it, but that's what it is. So I'm really mixed on this book because having it PGX was just stupid in the first place. I guess I would have preferred a 4.0 without that tear than a 5.0 with the tear. But anyway, that's what it is. Let me know your thoughts on that. Here are some others that came back nicely, and again, increased value very much. This was a PGX 9.4, and it came back at 9.8 after pressing. I'm trying to get rid of this glare. Another one. This one I was really stoked about and really worried about. It was a 9.8 PGX. It's a very rare book in high grade. CGC, with this one, there are only, I believe, 9.8s. And it is Air Pirate Funnies #1. Let's see if I can get a different angle here. 9.8, white pages. Yeah, this is a independent press from years ago, 1971. They didn't print with the best quality. They didn't use the best paper. They were not bought by people who really, collected comics and wanted to keep them pristine. So this is a really hard book to get 9.8. And when I sent it off, fingers crossed, PGX gave it a 9.8. I bought this actually raw on eBay, and one of those times when I lucked out. So there you go. We got a 9.8 there. This one, this is the only one I had them send me back. Fantastic Four 48. Again, trying to get rid of the glare. And they gave me a pre-grade of 2.5 to 3.0. It may have even been 2.0 to like 2.5, something like that. And I'm thinking, no way is this, I'll see if I can get it a little closer. Spine's pretty nice. To me, it's a 4.0. There's some staining in the back. If it was going to be a 3.0, I would have had them do it, but there's no way I wanted this to come back as a 2.0 or 2.5. To me, a 2.0 is, that is a low grade, pieces missing, cover detached, writing on it. This is a very nice, presentable book. So I had them send it back. Again, I'm mixed on it. It was already there. They sent it back. This is another pain in the ass thing that they do. They send everything back separate. So because I didn't have them grade this, they sent it back separate, which meant I had to pay shipping and insurance on one book, when they could have just put it aside and shipped it out with my next package. And that's the other thing. Each time they get done with a group of books, they send them out. So I'm paying, a ton of money in shipping that I don't need to. I wish they had an option of keep them all, send them all at once, or send as they're done. This is the headline I think I'm going to put in this, which is, comic collecting. This is how you do it. I bought this book, before I show you the next book, I bought it as a 9.6 CBCS. It's the only CBCS book I sent to for the crossover, because I don't mind those, those grades. I think they're honest. But when I bought this book, and you can go back to the video where I did this, I went on the CBCS site and I looked up the flaws, which that is a great thing about their site. You could get their number, go on and see what the flaws are. So I went on, I saw that the flaws, and that noise in the background is my printer recycling. I saw that the flaws were just a few light spine creases, and that was it. So although I wanted a 9.8, I bought the 9.6 with the idea of sending it out to get pressed, and then the CGC, and hopefully getting a 9.8. Again, you could go back to my video, I'm not sure which one it is. It was probably last year sometime, and I said those exact things. So I sent it to PGX, they pressed it, and we have a 9.8. Batman Adventures number 12. That one grade, 9.6, I got a deal to start with. I think I paid around $700 for it. But 9.6s typically go for around 8 to 900. 9.8s, 1900. I think I have those numbers right. Of course, you could always check eBay. Anyway, you cut it, even if those numbers are a little off, it is about $1,000 difference for that grade, which more than covers the. I think this was $60 to press, and the grading, another 30 or so. This glare is killing me. So anyway, that's how you do it. If you're going to buy a CBCS, let's try it from over here. Check the flaws, see if they're something that can be pressed out, and then those are the ones I would bid on. So I think that's it for now. I got a bunch of others, but I just wanted to show a couple because I did send a ton off. I may have sent the most off that they've received, probably close to 50 books, PGXs that I want to get into CGC, and I still have a bunch of other PGXs, which I'm either going to break out and just put in top loaders or just leave as they are, depending on the book. I think that's it. Hopefully you enjoyed this. I'd like to see other crossovers. There's really not that many videos out there. I'm not sure if many people took advantage of it, but it was a good deal. I wish they kept the old pricing. But that's what we have. I do have another video. Maybe I'll do it since I'm already set up. I'll do it right after this. But a very rare book, and there are some issues with the eBay seller, and just to get your opinions. So look for another video, probably following this one, maybe the same day, maybe the next day. Thanks again. I appreciate your watching. I just hit 500 subscribers. Hopefully I could keep that and not dip down. If I get up just a little bit more, where I know 500 is going to be steady, we'll do a giveaway. I have a bunch of books I could put together and show my appreciation for everyone. I'm not going to be doing new comic videos anymore. It's kind of a pain for me because I have to keep them here rather than sort them or put them away when I can. And then when I do the videos, the response is just not that overwhelming. I may get 30, 40, 50, 60 views. It's just not worth it. So to me that says, there's just not a need for it, or there's not a demand for it. So I'm not going to waste my time doing it. Anyway, there we go. I appreciate watching, comments, and thumbs up. I will see you next time. Take care.